also. Is it displayed? Is it seen in your screen or not? Synthetic division.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me continue from here. I started the recording too. What synthetic division is? Let's define it at first. Basically, it is just the simpler division. This is another form of the division. This whole process will guide you to find the quotient and the remainder when you divide a polynomial by a linear factor. Be careful, the term linear factor is important here, since just like here, suppose the polynomial x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 5. This is the polynomial of degree 3. Generally, we will be dealing with the polynomials of degree 3, but we can discuss the polynomials of having degree 4, having degree 2, and having degree 1. But we need to divide this polynomial. We need to divide this polynomial by a linear factor. Linear factor means the divisor must have a degree 1. This is the uniqueness of synthetic division. Okay, this synthetic division will work only for the linear factors. If the divisor has the degree 1, then only it will work. Okay, let me change the setting here first. Sorry for the interruption. Let me change the setting here at first to run the some script here. Okay, don't worry, today I'll complete this whole topic. This synthetic division, I think this is working now. Yeah, it's working. Synthetic division is a shortcut method of polynomial division in the special case of dividing a polynomial by a linear factor. I already told you here, the divisor must have the degree 1. Here the degree is 1, so you can do the synthetic division. In short questions, they may be asked, what is the degree of divisor in synthetic division? So you may have a dividend just like x power 4 minus 1. This may be the dividend, but your divisor must be something like this with degree 1. No matter whether it has a coefficient or not. In the earlier one there were no coefficient of x, but in this one there is a coefficient of x, that is 2. But this works for this one also. The synthetic division, this process will work for this division also, since the degree of the dividend is greater than 1 or maybe 1 also, but strictly it must be 1. The divisor must be with degree 1.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, your screen is not shared.
My screen is not shared?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me do that again then. Okay, is it displayed here right now?
Yes, sir.
I used to do it with the two screens in the earlier classes, but today I am facing problem, so there are some interruptions in middle also. Let me try to join it from the another device also. Okay, see here. What I'm trying to say here is the divisor, the dividing term, the term that divides the polynomial must be of degree 1. This 2x minus 3 is of degree 1. This is the main thing that you need to understand here. And let me try to join with the another device also. Okay. Let me elaborate it further. This division, x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 5. If you divide it with the long division, x cube minus 2x square plus 3x minus 5 with the binomial x minus 2 or the linear factor x minus 2. The linear factor x minus 2 we'll divide this polynomial. So let's do it with the long division at first. Later I'll simplify it, and we'll have the amazing result. We'll get the quotient and the remainder in a few steps without going through all these steps. So see here, this x minus 2, to divide this whole polynomial, at first to divide this x cube, when you divide this x cube by x, then it will cancel the 1 x out of this 3x, so x square will remain here. So x square will be here in quotient. It will be x cube. X times x cube is x times x square is x cube. Now multiply this by minus 2. Minus 2 times x square is minus 2 x square. So now let's subtract it, minus and plus by changing the signs. So it will be cancelled here, x cube and x cube cancelled, minus 2x square and 2x square cancelled. Now let's collect the remaining terms, 3x minus 5. So to divide this 3x with x, 3x by x, only 3 will remain here. So it will be 3 plus 3. X times 3 is 3x, minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. So it will be something like this, minus plus, this will be cancelled, 6 minus 5 will be 1. So the remainder is 1. The remainder is equals to 1, and the quotient is equals to x square plus 3. This is a whole lot of process. You need to focus on each step so that you will get the right result. But I will discuss the synthetic division here, and I will summarize the whole steps in the next question. Okay, let me check the slide at first. Okay, I'll do the synthetic division of the same question. Let me do it by synthetic divisions here. This divisor is x minus 2. This divisor is x minus 2. So let's compare this x minus 2 with x minus a, as we have done in remainder theorem. So a will be equals to 2. You can simply compare it with, in other form, I will not do it by this method in other questions. But you can compare it with 0 also. X minus 2 is equals to 0, and you will get the value of x is 2. Basically, our aim is to find this value a. And if you compare the given divisor with 0, then the resulting value of x will be the value of a. You can do it in this way also. So a is equals to 2. Now the basic part of synthetic division is here. So try to understand this part. This is very important. This 2, this 2, I need to write it in the first line. This is the divisor. And now I need to write the coefficients of the dividend. See here, the dividend, x cube minus 2x square, 3x and minus 5. So let me write the coefficient of x cube at first. The coefficient of x cube is 1. And then the coefficient of x square is minus 2. Coefficient of x is 3. And the constant is minus 5. Okay. At first, you need to compare this. At step number 1, you need to compare this x minus 2, the divisor with x minus a, and you will find the value of a, and write the value of a on the first line, and continue it with the coefficients of the different variables in decreasing order. Okay, you need to write the coefficient of x cube at first, and then x square, x, and constant. If there is no any coefficient of certain terms, like if there is x cube minus 2x square minus 5 without this term 3x, then instead of 3 you need to write 0. If any term is missing with lower degree, then you need to replace that coefficient by 0. So now let me draw a line, and in this process you need to drop this value, the leading coefficient 1. This 1 is the coefficient of x cube, so at first you need to drop this one. 1. Okay, so now multiply 2 times 1. 2 times 1 will be equals to 2. Multiply this 2 and 1 and write the product here in the second line. Now add these two. 2 plus minus 2. 2 plus minus 2 will be 0. You have to write the sum here. And then again 2 times 0 is 0. Again add these two terms, 3 and 0. It will be 3. Actually, I multiplied this 2 and 0 and I have written the product here. I'll repeat the same process again. 2 3 is 6. 2 3 is 6. 2 3 is 6. You need to multiply these two terms and write the product here. 2 3 is 6. So now again add these two terms. 6 plus minus 5 is equals to 1. Okay, we are almost complete with the process now. Now let me write the quotient and the remainder. See here, just write it in the bracket. This is the indication of the remainder. This is a remainder. In the earlier division, in the earlier long division process, the remainder was 1. So we have got the remainder 1 here. Now let me write the quotient also. Quotient of this division will be, quotient will be equals to, see here, be very careful, be very vigilant to understand this one. This is 1. So it was the coefficient of x cube. It was the minus 2 was the coefficient of x square, and 3 was the coefficient of x, and this was the constant. So let me write the quotient now. 1x square. Okay, this the second term, the coefficient of the variable of the second term, 1x square. So it will be x square. Numerical value from the first term and the variable part from the, or the later from the second term. So 1x square. Again 0 times x is 0x, 0x, and 3 constant. So 3 will be the constant. X square plus 0x plus 3. It will be written as x square plus 3. See, we have found the quotient also. If you have not understood it enough, then I will discuss in the other questions also. But it will be better if you understand this here. So see here, this is the quotient, x square plus 3. We found it by this method, and in the long division process also we discussed it here. X square plus 3, it was the same quotient, and the remainder was also the same in the long division process, and it is same here in the synthetic division process. Okay, let me revise it again. At first step, step number 1, you need to compare the divisor with x minus a, find the value of a. Step number 2, write this value a and the coefficients on the same line, coefficients of the different variable on the decreasing order on the same line. And for second line, we'll discuss it later. At first, we need to write the coefficients and drop the leading coefficient. First coefficient, you need to drop it here and multiply this a with these coefficients and write the product in the second line, and at last you will get the quotient and the remainder. There are 3 steps. This first line is the coefficient, second line is the product, and third line will give you the coefficient. Okay, let me discuss in the another question. Okay, so this whole process is very important. This whole process of division is very important because to go through all the steps of the division, this is very hectic, this is very difficult. But by synthetic division process, we can do it in the few simpler steps without going through all these hassles. But the defect of this synthetic division is that you cannot divide any polynomial with higher degrees like degree 2 and degree 3. The degree of the divisor must be always 1. So let me go to the second slide. Okay, divide fx equals to x cube plus 3x square plus 4x minus 5 by gx equals to x minus 2 by using the synthetic division. Okay, I'll try to elaborate it again. Just try to write along with me. Okay, so let me remind you again. This x minus 2 is the divisor. X minus 2 is the divisor, and the polynomial x cube plus 3x square plus 4x minus 5. This is the dividend. Okay, this is the dividend, and we are going to find the remainder. We're going to find the remainder and the quotient by using the synthetic division. If the question asks just to divide, then you need to find the quotient and the remainder both. So let's write the solution. Write along with me. Here fx is equals to x cube plus 3x square plus 4x minus 5. Just concentrate here, okay? Don't get distracted with the surrounding environment. Just concentrate it here. Use your headphone and just try to listen my voice and see the screen also. And gx is equals to x minus 2. fx equals to x cube plus 3x square plus 4x minus 5, and gx equals to x minus 2. Now our first step was to compare x minus 2 with x minus a. I'll write the steps here briefly. Okay, x minus 2 with x minus a, so a will be equals to 2. We discussed in the remainder theorem also. Let x minus a equals to x minus 2, so a is equals to 2. This is our very first step. This is our first step. And by using synthetic division, let's use the synthetic division now. By using synthetic division, learn to use the synthetic division in proper way. Okay, let me erase this one. Okay, by using synthetic division, see here how to use the synthetic division. Be very careful again. This 2 must be right on the first line. This is the divisor. This 2 is written here in the first line, and we need to write the coefficients here. Let me guide you with the variables also. At first, our highest variable is x cube, and second variable is x square, third variable is x, and the last one will always be constant. Even if some terms are missing there in the polynomial, then you must write the decreasing order of the polynomial of the terms. Suppose यसमा चाहिँ हेर यहाँ 3x स्क्वायर छ, यहाँ 3x स्क्वायर छैन भने पनि यहाँ x स्क्वायर चाहिँ लेख्नै पर्यो भनेको है. Try to understand that. Remember also. So now let me write the coefficients of the terms. The coefficient of x cube is 1. Coefficient of x square is 3. Coefficient of x is 4, and the constant is minus 5. If some terms are missing, then you need to write simply 0. Now draw a line over here, leaving a second line, and a line for the second line ko lagi, and then we'll write something here. Okay, in step number 2, we write the value of a at first, and then the coefficients in decreasing order. Okay. So now let me drop this one. This is the process. We will not discuss how this works, why this works. We will simply use it to find the quotient and remainder. This is beyond our scope to understand the basic part of this synthetic division. We'll just go with the process. Okay, it is like 2 times 2 is equals to 4. You read it in the smaller class, in the lower classes. So we are just following the whole process here. We will not go why this works. We will not go through whole process. The division of the derivation of this process we will not discuss here. Well, this is beyond our scope of the course. We'll just use this method to find the quotient and the remainder. So our step is to drop this one here. Let me drop this one. So it will be 1. 1 is written here. After dropping this one here, I need to multiply this 2 with 1. So 2 times 1 will be 2, and you need to write the product here. Okay, write along with me. 2 times 1 is equals to 2. Are you following me or not? Okay, let me check the students here. Okay, 35 students are present here. Oh, sorry, 46 students are present here. Okay, 2 times 1 is equals to 2. Now add this 3 and 2. 3 plus 2 is equals to 5. In long division, we used to subtract, but in synthetic division, we need to add these 3 and 2. Again, repeat the process. 2 times 5 will be equals to 10. So 10 plus 4 is equals to 14. Don't show these arrows here, okay? I'm just drawing it to make you understand. So now let me multiply it again. 2 times 14 will be equals to 14 to the 28. I hope you are following me. You are writing along with me. 28 minus 5 will be equals to 23. And let me put it with a special marks here. Then this last part, this is the remainder. 23 is the remainder, and this will give you the quotient. This whole part will give you the quotient. This third line will give you the quotient. Let me write the quotient for you. QUOTIENT quotient. QX is equals to. Okay, see here. Just try to listen me carefully. Just here. This is 1. So you need to multiply this with the lower variable. Then just multiply 1 with the x cube. Multiply it with x square. 1 times x square, it will be x square. And 5 times x will be equals to 5x. And 14 will be a constant, since there is a constant for it, plus 14. This is the quotient. And your remainder will be equals to, remainder r is equals to 23. This is the whole process, and this is our answer also. I hope you copy it. Have you copied it or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you understand
Yes,
this or
sir.
not? Okay, if you haven't understood, then I'll discuss it in other questions also. Just be very strictly focused to understand the step. Okay, in first step, we compare the divisor with the x minus a, and this a I need to write in the first line, the value of a on the first line, and x cube, x square, x and constant. You don't need to write these things. You may not find these things in your books also, but for your guidance, you may write here x cube, x square, x and a constant, and write the coefficients on the first line along with this divisor, and drop this first coefficient or the leading coefficient, multiply this 2 with 1, and you will get 2 here. 3 times 3 and 3 plus 2 will be 5. 2 5 is 10. 4 plus 10 will be 14, and 2 14 is 28. 28 minus 5 will be equals to 23, and your quotient will be 1x square 5x plus 14. Okay. Okay, let me summarize the whole things.
Sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, त्यो तपाईले अघि डिभिजन गर्नु भएको कुन चाहिँ हो?
भन्नाले कुन भनेको हो? I could not understand which question you are talking about.
तपाईले सिन्थेटिक डिभिजन भन्दा अगाडि एउटा डिभिजन गर्नु भएको थियो नि?
Yeah, that was long division process. We used to, I think you must have read that in class 8 in polynomial. Have you read that or not in polynomial?
Yes, sir, I have read.
Yeah, maybe in CMAS also you will read that, but we will this will be focused on the synthetic division here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Have you copied it or not? Let me erase this one, and there is some notes for here. Okay, I erase this one. Okay, if any term is missing in the polynomial, its coefficient is 0. Write this note also at the top of your copy. If any term is missing in the polynomial, its coefficient is 0. Like suppose x cube minus 1 is there. Then while writing the coefficients, you need to write x cube, x square, x and constant, isn't it? So the coefficient of x cube is 1 here, x square is 0, coefficient of x is also 0, and the constant is minus 1. So you need to write in this order. Okay, even if the terms are missing, you need to include the coefficient. यदि कोही आउँदैन भनेर त्यतिकै कसैको भाग नराखिकन नखाने जस्तो के हैन, घरमा कोही मान्छे बाहिर गएको छ, खाजा बनायो अनि उलाई चाहिँ नराख्दै जस्तो त गर्न नराख्दिनु त भएन नि, हैन? उलाई पनि राख्दिनु पर्यो भने you need to include these terms also. Even if these terms are missing, then you need to include that coefficient here. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, and the very last, this note number 2 is very important here. If a polynomial px is divided by ax plus minus b, something like 2x plus 3 or 3x minus 2, if the divisor is something like this, then the actual quotient will be equals to 1 divided by a times qx. I will focus this part while solving the questions later, but just I just want to remind you here, 1 by a times qx. Okay, if it is 2x plus 3, then the quotient actual coefficient will be 1 upon 2 times the term that you will get, the polynomial that you will get from the actual division process in the synthetic division. Let me go to the next question. Steps using the synthetic division. Let me summarize all these things here, what we have done. And step number 1, we have arranged the polynomial in standard form. If it is not in the standard form, we need to arrange. Suppose your polynomial is like this: fx equals to x square minus x power 4 plus 2x power 5 minus x plus 3. Then you need to arrange it in the standard form, okay, in the decreasing order of the degree. So the highest degree is 2x power 5, and then minus x power 4, and then plus x square minus x plus 3. Just arrange the polynomial in the decreasing order of the power or the decreasing order of the degree. Okay, I hope you understand this one. Now step number 2, compare the divisor with x minus a. Compare the divisor with x minus a, or simply compare the divisor with 0. If the divisor is x plus 2, then you may compare it with x minus a, or you may simply compare it with x plus 2 will be equals to 0. You may write it in this way also, and you will get the value x equals to minus 2. In this case, x plus 2 is equals to x minus a. Your a will be equals to minus 2. In both cases, you will get the divisor for the synthetic division, that is equals to minus 2. This process is followed in your government book also. Then you can follow either way. Okay, now step number 3, place the value of a from step 2. This I'm talking about this value a. Place the value of a from step 2 or the value of x. If you do this by this method, then you will get the value of x. Either you may use any one method. If you find the value of a, then this corresponds to you, and if you find the value of x, then this corresponds to you. Or the value of x when equating the divisor with 0 on the first line, and with the 0 on the first line, place the value on the first line. Okay, place that value on the first line after getting the value of a or the value of x, and you need to place that value on the first line. Set the coefficients of the terms of the polynomial on the same first line. Where you will write the value of a, you need to write the coefficients on the same line. Just remember these steps. Okay, I just want you to have the clear idea of this concept. So if you write this a here, then behind that a you need to follow the same line with the coefficients of the variables. Now number 5, bring down the leading coefficient. After writing these coefficients on the first line, you need to bring down the leading coefficient on the third line. Okay, bring down the leading coefficient on the third line, and then multiply a with the leading coefficient and write the product on the second line. As I told you earlier, you need to multiply this a with this leading coefficient, the number that is present here, and you need to write the product here, a times 1, something like this. If it was here 2 here, you need to multiply this 2 with 1, and it will be 2. And the third one, seventh one, add the product with the coefficient of the second term. If something was here in the coefficient like 1, then you need to add this 2, 3, it will be 3, and again you need to repeat the same process. 2 3 is 6, and you need to add this something like, if there is 0, then you need to add this. 6 plus 0 will be 6. Again you need to repeat this till you get the constant. So it says add the product with the coefficient of the second term and write the sum on the third line. Now number 8, continue the process till the last term, and the third line will give the quotient if the constants are multiplied with the variable. The constant that you will get in the third line, you need to multiply this with the variable of the polynomials starting from the second term. You need to multiply these numerical values, these constants, with the variable of the second term. Okay, this is just the generalization of the whole process that we have done. You don't need to remember these steps, just visualize this concept here. Okay, this whole process, if you remember it as a figure, then it is better. You will have a better memory of these things. If you want to remember this step 1, step 2, then you may have confusion. And the last number on the third line is a remainder. As I discussed earlier also, the last number in the third line, this third line, first line, second line, and third line, this line, you will get the remainder. Okay, I'll discuss one more example. If you can solve it on your own, then you can do it yourself. Okay, before solving this, let me do another question at first. Okay, okay, x power 4 plus 1 is equals to x plus 1 times qx plus rx. This is the division algorithm we discussed earlier in the remainder theorem. The dividend equals to divisor times quotient plus remainder. Okay, let me solve this one for you. Solution. Let me suppose this dividend with any polynomial, like let fx is equals to x power 4 plus 1. This is the other way of asking the question, okay, to find the quotient and the remainder. The question may not ask you always to find quotient and the remainder in the direct way. Then the question may change the language. So this one is one example. X power 4 plus 1, the one with the degree greater than 1 is the dividend, and this x plus 1, let me compare this with x minus a, since this is the divisor. X plus 1 is equals to x minus a. Let x plus 1 equals to x minus a. We have written here 2a. Let me erase this one. Okay, fx is equals to x power 4 plus 1 and x plus 1 is equals to x minus a. Our value of a will be equals to minus 1. If you can solve it, then you can do it yourself also. Okay, if you have not understood, then just focus on these things. Now let me use the synthetic division. By using synthetic division, see here, you need to write this minus 1 here, minus 1, and place some special lines here, minus 1, and write the coefficients. See here, let me guide it with the variable. Okay, x power 4 is our highest variable. Okay, let me write on the another line. Okay, minus 1 is here. Our highest variable is highest power is 4, so x power 4. Now write all the decreasing power of x power 3, x square, x, and then constant. Do you understand this or not? X power 4, x cube, x square, x, and constant. You need to write all the decreasing power of x. So now write the coefficient. The coefficient of x power 4 is 1. There is no coefficient of x cube, so it will be 0. No coefficient of x square, so it will be 0. And the coefficient of x is also 0. And then the constant is 1. So let me draw this line, and I'll drop this leading coefficient here. 1, it will be 1. Minus 1 times 1 will be equals to minus 1. Now add this 0 and minus 1, it will be minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 will be equals to 1. 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. Minus 1 times 1 is equals to minus 1. 0 plus minus 1 is equals to minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 will be equals to 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 will be equals to 1. So 1 plus 1 will be equals to 2. I hope you understand this. This is the remainder, and you will get the quotient from here. Just focus on these 3 lines. First line, I have written the variables. Second line, I have written this minus 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. This is the first line actually. Minus 1 and the coefficients here in the first line, and the product on the second line, and the quotient and the remainder on the third line. So your quotient qx will be, let me write as the question demands here. So quotient qx will be equals to, see here 1 is here, so 1 times x cube will be equals to x cube. Minus 1 times x square will be equals to minus x square. 1 times x will be equals to x. So plus x and minus 1 times constant, or minus 1 is a constant, so it will be minus 1. So this is the quotient, and the remainder rx, somewhere you may find written as rx, or somewhere you may find written as r, since it doesn't contain in terms of x. Since it doesn't contain any variable, you may simply write r also, but the question asks you to find rx, so let me write in the same way. Rx will be equals to 2. This is the remainder. Just copy it first. If you go through the whole process of division by the long division process, then it may consume a lot of space also, and it may consume a lot of time also. So it saves both your time and your space. It's very easy process. If this question is asked, then it may be asked in some short questions, and we will use this process in another class, in another session, to solve any equation by using the synthetic division. Okay, I hope you are copying this. Just copy it first. Do it first so that I can discuss the other question. Have you copied it? Okay, let me ask individually. Okay, can anyone respond me here or not? Okay, Ayushka Sivakuti. Ayushka, have you completed it?
Yes, sir.
Abhishek Rai, have you completed? Abhishek, are you listening me? Buddhi Gurung, Sahil Khadgi, Sahil, have you completed it or not? Okay, Susan Dangal, have you completed it? Susan, Sunita Yadav, have you completed? Okay, I hope you have completed. Sunita is not responding in any classes. So let me go to the next earlier question. This question says, find the quotient and remainder when 2x cubed plus x minus 9x square minus 6 is divided by 2x minus 3 by using synthetic division. Okay, I think that must be by using by 2x minus 3 using synthetic division. Okay, this is correct. Yes, let me solve this. If you can solve it on your own, then just do it yourself. Let's do it. Solution. This is the polynomial 2x cubed plus x minus 9x square minus 6. Be careful. The degree of the divisor is 1. It must be 1 always. If it is not 1, then you cannot divide it by synthetic division. Though you may apply some tricks to do that part also. So let fx is equals to 2x cubed plus x minus 9x square minus 6. Is this in the proper order? I don't think so. Since the correct it at first. 2x cube minus 9x square plus x minus 6. Now these are in the decreasing order. Okay, if it is not in the decreasing order, then you need to arrange it at first. So 2x minus 3, I need to compare this 2x minus 3. You can simply write it with 0 also. I have told you earlier, you may write it, you may equate it with 0. 2x minus 3 will be equals to 0, or x will be equals to 3 by 2. You may do in this way also, or 2x is equals to 3. This approach is followed in your government book also. X is equals to 3 by 2. X is equals to 3 by 2. Now by using synthetic division, I need to write this 3 by 2 in the first line. 3 by 2 in the first line. Let me write the variables here, x cube, and write the decreasing power of x square, x and constant. So let's copy the coefficients here. What is the coefficient of the first term? It is 2. The coefficient of the second term is minus 9. coefficient of the third term is 1 and it is the constant, that is -6. So let me draw a line here and I'll drop this 2 on the third line. 3 by 2 times 2. 3 by 2 times 2. See here, don't get confused. 3 by 2 times 2, 2 and 2 will be cancelled, so it will be 3. You can do the multiplication part on the rough side also. This is rough, don't copy it. So now add these two. -9 plus 3 will be equals to -6. -9 plus 3 will be equals to -6. Again multiply this 3 by 2 with -6. It will be 3 by 2 times -6. It will be equals to 2. 3 minus 3 is equals to -9. So it will be -9. -9 plus 1 be equals to -8. So again multiply this 3 by 2 with -8 and you will get 3 by 2 times -8 equals to 2 4 is 8. 3 minus 4 is equals 3 times -4 is -12. So you get the product here -12. Now add this to -6 plus -12, -6 plus -12, it will be equals to -18. I hope you understand this. -18. This is the remainder. Okay, so let me write the quotient and the remainder. Quotient is equals to 2. See here, I told you earlier, if there is any term on the denominator, then you need to divide the whole quotient that you get from here. Let me write the quotient at first. 2x square minus 6x minus 8 by 2. Okay, try to understand this one. If there is any number, don't just include the sign. Don't include the sign. Even if this is -3 by 2, then you need to multiply it by or divide it by 2. The whole quotient that you get from here must be divided by 2 if it is in the fraction. Okay, if there was something like 3 upon 4, then you need to divide it by 4. If it was 3 upon 5, then you need to divide the quotient by 5. So let me divide it further. 2x square minus 6x minus 8, 2x square by 2 minus 6x by 2 minus 8 by 2. I have done it with the simple process. You may do it by taking common also. 2 and 2 cancels. 2 3 is 6, 2 4 is 8. So the quotient will be x square minus 3x minus 4. I want to remind you again that this 2 must divide the quotient that you get from the actual division here by the synthetic division, as you did it in earlier process. If there is any fraction, if there is any number in the denominator, then you need to divide it. So x square minus 3x minus 4 our quotient, and our remainder will be equals to minus 18. I hope you understand this. Just copy it first. If you have any confusion, then ask me right now. Okay, just copy it first. Okay? Do fast. Okay, I can one more questionnaire. I'll provide you some questions so that you'll practice enough till next week. Have you copied that? Hey, students, can you respond me? Have you copied this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me continue to the next question. Okay, this one I discussed earlier. This one. Divide fx is equals to 4x minus 5x cubed plus 3 by gx is equals to x minus 2. Fx is given here and gx, the divisor is also here. You need to find the quotient and the remainder by using the synthetic division. Even if the question don't ask you to use the synthetic division, you then just prefer to use the synthetic division because this is very simpler and you will get the result in very few steps, and this is easier also. So let me begin the solution. Right along with me. If you can solve it yourself, then you can do it on your own also. Solution here, fx is cube plus 3. As I told you earlier, these whole terms are not in the decreasing order, so let me arrange them in the decreasing order at first. So it will be minus 5x cube plus 4x plus 3, minus 5x cube plus 4x plus 3. Or if you want to write, then don't write it, okay? Then you may write it this way also, minus 5x cube, since x square is missing, so you may write 0 times x square plus 4x plus 3. X cube is here, x square is also here, x is also here, and the constant is also here. All the terms must be there. If the highest power was x power 5, then you need to write x power 5, x power 4, x power 3, x power 2, x power 1, and then constant. Okay, you may write in this way also. Okay. Okay. Now let's compare this gx with x minus a. So you will get the result x minus 2 will be equal, x minus 2 equals to x minus a will be equals to 2. Now let's use the synthetic division. By using synthetic division, at first we need to write this 2 here. Let's write the variables. What is the highest power? 3, so x power 3, x square, x, and constant. Let me write the coefficients. Coefficient of x cube is minus 5. Coefficient of x square is there coefficient of x square? Is there a coefficient of x square or not? Can you respond, anyone? Can anyone respond me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is the coefficient of x square in the given polynomial?
0.
Okay, so it will be 0, and the coefficient of x is 4, and the constant is 3. So let me draw a line here. Minus 5, I need to drop it down. Minus 5, 2 times minus 5 will be equals to minus 10. Minus 10 plus 0 is equals to minus 10. 2 times minus 10 is equals to minus 20. 4 plus minus 20 is equals to minus 16. 2 times minus 16 is equals to minus 32. Okay, 3, subtract this 3 with minus 32, or minus 32 plus 3, this will be equals to minus 29. I think minus 29, correct me if it is wrong. Okay, minus 29 is the remainder. So we have got the quotient. Quotient is equals to minus 5 x square, include this sign also. Okay, minus 5x square minus 10x minus 16, and a remainder is equals to minus 29. Copy it first. These are the slides that I need to discuss today. On the next class, I will be using this synthetic division to solve the polynomials. Okay, that is a very important topic. I suggest you not to miss that class. If you miss that class, something may be missed. Very important topic may be missed there. Okay, so have you completed it?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand this or not? If you have any confusion, then you may revise this video. You may see this video again, and you may ask the questions even if there is problem. Okay, I hope you completed it. Okay, these are the questions for practice. I'll post it later in assignment also. These are 10 questions. I think there are a few more questions. 15 questions are there. You need to solve these questions till next week. Okay, the deadline for the submission of this assignment is next week. Okay, let me discuss. I have 1 more minute. See here, what will be the degree of the quotient when the polynomial of degree 4 is divided by a linear divisor? If the polynomial is of degree 4, then the quotient will have the degree 3. Very easy. The polynomial will have the degree 3. And the next one, okay. Similarly, you just see these questions. If you have any problem, then we'll discuss. Thank you, dear students. This was for today. If you have any problem, then you can ask later also. let me end this session right now. Okay, have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Bye, sir. Have a great time.
Okay, bye bye. Take care.